What's up, y'all? You're watching Union Minded. I'm your host, Eric, and today we are going to discuss racism in government and how it affects labor and what we can do as brothers and sisters and siblings in this trade and in this movement to combat this disgusting tool of the wealthy. Racism is a tool that is used to divide folks that are in the same class and to keep them fractured and to keep them from ever realizing their true power, which lies in their labor together and their solidarity together. But first, before we dive in, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, and comment and share these videos. I meant to drop this video yesterday, but time kind of got away from me, and so I didn't get to drop this video. But let's get into it. So, Nury Martinez resigns as LA City Council president following backlash over racist comments. This conversation took place in October of last year, and the tape surfaced this weekend, I believe. And outrage was instantaneous. So let's read the article. Nury Martinez on Monday announced her resignation as Los Angeles City Council president amid backlash over racist comments made about Councilman Mike Bonin's black son that were revealed in a leaked recording from last fall. She has resigned from her position as council president but maintains her seat on the council. She needs to resign from the council entirely. We cannot allow someone who harbors these views and these tactics to remain in a seat of public power. This is a person that makes decisions that affects the community. Cannot have this person in office. She needs to resign entirely. But let's continue. Los Angeles County Federation of Labor President Ron Herrera, who took part in the meeting, has also resigned his post as of Monday night, according to a published report. That's where it affects labor, because you had the Los Angeles County Federation of Labor President Ron Herrera in the room for the conversation that was over an hour long, a conversation that provided ample opportunity to speak up against the vile language that Nury was using to describe a 2-year-old child. We're going to get into, like I said, this article, we're going to read the article, but that's embarrassing, and I'm glad that he resigned his position. Labor is a class solidarity thing. Labor was ineffective when it was racist. Labor only became truly effective when it dropped racism and became inclusive. That's something that I need everybody to understand. Racism has no place in labor. That's in the IBEW, that's in the AFL, that's in any labor organization. Racism has no place there. And anytime you hear that kind of language, it is your duty to push back against that language and to educate and inform how that is a tactic of the wealthy to keep us divided. We will never realize our power if we keep on falling back on ignorant tropes created to keep us divided so that we can always be subjugated. We got to be smarter than the jackasses on top. Let's continue. Martinez issued the following statement Monday morning, which I don't even care, because your real feelings have already been revealed. And I hope you can learn from this moment and get better moving forward. But this rings hollow to me, and when I read it, I'm going to read it and find out what she says, but it rings so hollow because of what she said. It's like that's how you really feel, and this is what you're saying to save face. So here we go. I take responsibility for what I said, and there are no excuses for those comments. Yeah, you're right. There are no excuses. I'm so sorry. Okay. I sincerely apologize to the people I hurt with my words, to my colleagues, their families, especially to Mike, Sean, and your son. As a mother, I know better, and I am sorry. I am truly ashamed. I know this is the result of my own actions. I'm sorry to your entire family for putting you through this. She's only ashamed because it came to light. I'm sure she would have never felt bad if it never came to light and she didn't get the backlash. As someone who believes deeply in the empowerment of communities of color, Which color, though? We cannot be exclusive. We must be inclusive. Which color are you talking about, Nuri? I recognize my comments undercut that goal. Yeah, no shit. Going forward, reconciliation will be my priority. I have already reached out to many of my black colleagues and other black leaders to express my regret in order for us to heal. I ask for forgiveness from my colleagues and from the residents of the city that I love so much. In the end, it's not my apologies that matter most. It will be the actions I take from this day forward. I hope that you will give me the opportunity to make amends. Therefore, effective immediately, I am resigning as president of the Los Angeles City Council. She needs to resign from the council entirely and go get a job, like a regular job somewhere. I don't know, but you don't belong in public office. I'm sorry. Following her resignation, LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn suggested Bonin serve as the president of the council on social media. She wrote, "Now that Nury Martinez has stepped as president of the council, I think it would be appropriate for Councilman Mike Bonin to become president until a new council is seated." Controversy erupted amid the leaked audio. So like I said, this was over the weekend when the audio was leaked. So on Sunday, hold on a second. So on Sunday, audio was leaked of Martinez using racist language about Bonin's then 2-year-old son during a conversation from October 2021. How are you going to be racist towards a baby? Like I don't even understand the mindset, really, honestly. You're a person who has racist views, has been ill-educated, and has fallen into traps that keep them from being able to really effectively pursue the goals that they want to reach, especially in public office. If you have racist views and you're in public office, you cannot then uplift communities because you're constantly fractured. You're not in unity with the community. So I don't understand any of that. But anyway, I just don't get it. Here we go. On Sunday, audio was leaked of Martinez using racist language about Bonin's then 2-year-old son during a conversation from October 2021, 2 years old. The remarks were made during a talk with council members, listen to these names, Gil Cedillo and Kevin De Leon, and LA County Federation of Labor President Ron Herrera. These were all Latinos doing it. I don't think racism only comes from the Caucasian race. It doesn't. Racism comes from every sector. There's racist Latinos that hold anti-black views, and we need to educate ourselves out of that nonsense. The remarks were made during a talk with these folks in a conversation that focused on the politically sensitive process of redrawing council district boundaries. Their talk also touched on the efforts to replace Councilman Mark Ridley Thomas, who's been indicted on federal corruption charges. Herrera offered his resignation on Monday night at a meeting with the Federation's executive board, which accepted the Los Angeles Times reported. The head of the California Labor Federation, Lorena Gonzalez Fletcher, confirmed Herrera's resignation to the Times. A source told the paper that the county federation would make a formal statement on Tuesday. It's unclear who recorded and leaked the conversation, which appeared on Reddit but was later removed from the site. CNS reviewed the conversation, which was first reported by the Los Angeles Times. Among other comments, Martinez belittled Bonin, who is white and has a black son, and criticized the child for his behavior at a Martin Luther King Day parade, saying Bonin's son was misbehaving on a float, which might have tipped over if she and the other women on the float didn't step in to parent this kid. A 2-year-old. I don't know how many of you guys have children, but if you do, remember your child at 2. There's a reason they call it the terrible twos. Now, not all children go through the same level of terrible 2, but there's a reason that toddlers are a handful. It's because they're learning the world around them. But to have disgusting racist views about a child, you're a sick person. They're raising him like a little white kid, Martinez said. I was like, this kid needs a beat down. Let me take him around the corner and then I'll bring him back. Really? Because a 2-year-old is being a 2-year-old, you need to take him around the corner and beat him up, give him papao, and then bring him back so he act right. Martinez also called the child ese changuito, Spanish for that little monkey. It's disgusting and vile. These comments. It's disgusting. In an earlier statement released to Fox 11, Martinez said, "In a moment of intense frustration and anger, I let the situation get the best of me, and I hold myself accountable for these comments. For that, I am sorry. The context of this conversation was concern over the redistricting process and concern about the potential negative impact it might have on communities of color." But again, I go back to which color, because if you got these views about black folks, then you're only concerned about brown folks. And that's not solidarity. That's not how we do things to uplift each other, especially when you're fighting against the 1%. It's ridiculous. My work speaks for itself. Yeah, I bet it does. I've worked hard to lead the city through its most difficult time. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I read that article because it was the kind of the most concise that had the gist of what happened. Now, I want to tell you why it's important, because we have members in our movement that share these disgusting, ugly views. And I got to take you back to the Declaration of International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, which we swore an oath to. Our cause is the cause of human justice, human rights, human security. We refuse and will always refuse to condone or tolerate dictatorship or oppression of any kind. We will find and expel from our midst any who might attempt to destroy by subversion all that we stand for. The Brotherhood will continue to oppose communism, Nazism, or any other subversive ism. We will support our God, our nations, and our union. Racism is to be opposed. It is a subversive ism. And a lot of times there are members who are too comfortable cracking racist jokes which reveal how they feel. And it's on us to educate that nonsense right the hell out of them, because it has no place in our movement. No place. So when you hear that kind of talk, be the person, be the brother that stands up and says, "You're not going to speak like that around me." Not without consequence. It's not okay. It's never okay. We must, as I always say, be anti-racist in the labor movement. And I hope that's what you strive to do as well. Keep in mind, the fight is not left and right. It is up and down, and it's going to take solidarity to win always. Solidarity amongst races, solidarity amongst classes. Solidarity is the way we overturn the system and create a better quality of life for working people. All right? Each one teach one. Get out there and reach one. Peace.